Looks like we are live everywhere we need to be. I think some lighting adjustments here. I'm a little bit dark there. But yeah, good. I feel like we should have a term for good, like the equivalent of good morning, but good week to start the week, right? Like, get things off right. I know people, Monday, you're probably tired, went to work. If you're East Coast, you're off work now, or just about when you're starting to watch this stream. So that's actually pretty cool. If you're West Coast, well, you probably still got a couple hours to go. If you're from the other side of the earth, well, you're probably at home chilling right now. So welcome to the stream. Yeah, this is going to be pretty cool. I think I'm going to try to keep a fairly tight clock today because I do want to work on some editing and I do have a dinner and stuff to get to with family later. But we're going to play a couple different decks today. We have a Legends deck, which is using a couple of new cards, but I did play Legends of different varieties with raccoons and whatnot a lot last season. Matter of fact, played it in multiple store championships and did pretty well. So that's good. But it does need a little bit of an upgrade. We'll see if it holds up with the new stuff in Standard. And we were kind of going to go back and look at Gruul Surprise, because I haven't really touched that since the very beginning and the early access stuff, and I kind of want to come back and see, with the metagame being what it is, could we make some changes that could still work out for us? I don't know, especially with the discard decks getting so big. I think that could be a little bit of a problem for the deck, but it could be interesting. Hello, Cap Rogers. I'm assuming that's Captain Rogers, so welcome from Ireland. You know, Ireland's on my list of places that I still want to visit. I've been outside of the U.S., but I haven't been over the water outside of the U.S. That's true. I guess I went to the Virgin Islands, and I've been to Mexico, been to Canada, but want to take a chance over there at some point. I think it'll be fun. Like typical stuff, like go visit the castles and different things, but I like just going and seeing different cultures. Just in general, I'm a big fan of going to see things that I can't see from home. Like, I tell people, if I were to travel to, I don't know, France or Italy or whatever, right? Where you're talking about going and seeing like the Louvre and stuff like that. Like, I can do walkthrough tours of seeing museums, which I'm not saying there's not something to seeing the artwork, because there is. But if given a choice, I would much rather go watch a local cobbler bring back like some busted shoes to looking brand new over the course of like 2 hours than I would go want to walk through a museum. Mostly because I can't see that person do that craft, as an example, from home. But I can see the museum from home. You know what I mean? Like, so when I go travel, I like to do stuff with the locals, go see like whatever the big thing is locally as far as their export, their trade, whatever it is. I think that's always really cool. But that said, we're going to play some Magic today, so let me fire this up. All right, what's up, Dragon Brood? Today, we're going to be playing some Legends. Naya Legends, to be exact, and this comes from the fact that I had played a Legends deck with Raccoons and did very well. Won me some of those fancy little Urza Sagas, which were great, in store championships last season, but I haven't really come back to visit it this season. I also saw Saffron Olive had a version of this deck from, I don't know, like a month plus ago, and that kind of got me thinking, like, hey, why don't I revisit this and see how good it is in Standard? So, that being said, let's get to it. We're going to be playing some Get Lost because we don't really have a choice. Got to have some removals, so you might as well play the most flexible thing, and that happens to be Get Lost here. We are going to be playing some Bristly Bill. Good card. Triggers, puts tokens or counters on cards, and can just pump your stuff up, which is pretty big. Hajar to protect our creatures, but also doesn't die to cut down if you want to play this early on turn 2. Ruby can die to cut down, but also just helps our mana out and can actually get really big when she attacks. Some Lightning Helix to help out with removal as well. We are playing a copy of Lauren of the Third Path, just some extra flexibility to get rid of some enchantments. Could get rid of artifacts, though, if necessary. We are playing a Tyvar the Pummeler. This is kind of a way to just filter some of the extra mana. One of the things I remember when playing this deck is that we had a lot of excess mana late in the game many times. So it's just like, cool, you can play this and then just end the game because you can just pump stuff up twice sometimes. Where this is one of the ways we make some of that mana, but does help you gain life and kind of keep your head above water in some matchups. There are a couple of copies of Biza, so a little bit of everything, but if nothing else, just a big 4/5 body. I am trying out a copy of Rip here as well. You can get some synergy with the one Tyvar, but I'm just playing it as a big 4/4. It can attack, fight. If the opponent doesn't deal with this, then you just get to load your hand up because we have a variety of casting powers in the deck. And then, of course, Annie joins up, which lets all these things trigger multiple times, which is great. One Elesh Norn, mostly because we have some creatures with abilities that aren't necessarily enter the battlefield triggers, but the ones that are pretty good. And one of those things being Dragonhawk, being able to get access to extra cards and deal extra damage, which is awesome. Doubles up with Elesh Norn, doubles up with Annie joins up, so we like that. Roxanne, same thing. Get some extra damage, get some extra mana. And you can kind of see where some of this extra mana comes from between this and Moira as well that we were talking about earlier. And a couple of copy of Hugs, Grizzly Guardian, which works well with the Moira to get you access to more cards that you can play multiples in a turn. And kind of just keep a chain of cards going even if you run out. And it's a great late game top deck, right? If you're playing against a control matchup, you can go and spend 6-7 mana, load your hand up for next turn, which is really good. But yeah, like I said, we had some success with this before, so it'll be interesting to see how these games work out. But when you're done watching the games, don't forget there'll be a link in the description below. It'll take you over to Moxfield, our channel sponsor, where you could download this and try it for yourself. But let's go see if the new Legends are still as good as the old Legends. Thank you for the follow there. As we get into these games. Where are we at here? Get into rank play with the Legends, and let's see what we can do. Man, I haven't touched this deck in... Which is funny, because I played this deck pretty heavily for about 5 weeks, maybe 6 weeks, and then I haven't touched it since. Alright, what do we got here? Actually, this hand's pretty good. Let's keep it. I'm gonna play this and go get a Plains, maybe? Actually, you know what? Since I drew this Forest, I probably could have just played a regular land and then just saved this for the turn I played Bristly Bill. So I think I already had my mind made up to play that turn one, but I should have waited. I think I've already kind of goofed this up here. Yeah, I think I messed this up already. But, 'tis fine. I could have also went and got like a mountain there so I could play Ruby on that turn. Like, there's a bunch of things I could have done. Tithing Blade with the Overlord. Alright, well, I don't know what the opponent's doing here. I'm sure we'll find out shortly. Yeah, I guess we just do this. And then I'm actually not going to attack. Just so I can leave up the Get Lost. Either to get rid of a potential threat that shows up, or just destroy the Overlord. We'll see what's necessary. Yeah, like I said, I think I still could have played the sequence of these turns differently. And I put myself at a little bit of a disadvantage, it feels like. But that happens. We make the mistakes and we live with them. Okay, now what are we looking to do here? I could play Hugs for one. That doesn't feel great. I could play Biza and get some life and draw a card. That's probably fine. Yeah, I guess we do that. Then we can attack for 3 at least. Alright. That wasn't the most exciting turn, but probably the correct turn. I'm also a little sad I ended up using the get lost and then drew the anti-joins up, because I could have just used that to kill an Overlord. Alright, they're just going to drain our life total here. Okay, then. I guess we're just going to play this and get 2 cards. I think that's all we can get out of that. Okay, well, that looks good. Go ahead and play this now, since we can play an extra land and end the turn. Alright, well, the opponent's not really doing much here. We played around some things, but maybe their plan is just to, I don't even know. Maybe breach the multiverse or something? Because that's what it feels like. But we have 9 if we played this and this. Screaming Nemesis is cool. That's a good plan. I'm a fan of that card. All right. I mean, we have so much life. Do we just hit it with the anti-joins up and just take the damage? Though, I say that. Oh, well, never mind. That changes all the decisions. It matters not. Then we get 3 triggers there, then we get to attack, and yeah, it's all silly. Alright. And then those do the rest. Okay. What's up, people? Looks like some people just joined the chat here. It says, I got a Gruul Raccoon deck you made a little while back. It's a lot of fun. Would you keep the Boiler Bilges guy or use the Dragonhawk? Honestly, I'm glad you asked that question, because a lot of stuff isn't binary yes or no. It's not this or that. I think a lot of people look at deck building and think like, oh, these are similar cost, or these things both deal damage, or these things both draw cards. Like, maybe I play one or the other. But the truth is, they do very different things. Where you're talking about the Boiler Bilges is actually more of a removal card and can be played for 4 mana, right? So depending on what the mana looks like in your version of the deck, or you know how the games are that you're progressing against, you might need more removal in some builds or whatever, and the Boiler Bilges is better. But if you already have that all covered and you're trying to go over the top and maybe you need more flyers, or maybe you're just looking for finishing damage or whatever, then you want to play the Dragonhawk, right? And those are not nearly the same card, even though their casting costs are similar. I think that happens a lot, just in general. I think it's very easy to look at cards and... Wait, oh. I tried to be in ranked. That's why I was wondering what happened there. Like, that was weird. Okay. This'll work. This is what we wanted to do. Oh no, can't keep this at all. We drew the heavy end of the deck. This is not good. But, let's see what we draw into. Okay, this is a little bit better. Let's get rid of one of the lightning helixes. If I get... Dang, I kind of need this to get white. So, I guess Man. That's unfortunate. This is just the wrong hand for this. I think I'm just going to play this and pass. And then I'll just play Hajar on 2 and hope I draw an untapped 3rd land. Or I won't do that at all, actually. Because they have a bat. Really? Hmm. Alright. I guess that makes sense. Well, I mean, I don't know. If you take Hajar, I have to draw an untapped land to kill that either way. But it's all good. Alright, you get another card. Interesting. This is where I don't know if I need to let my opponent untap or not here. Like, them getting another card, how much do I care? Alright, I'll pass. Maybe we'll get to kill, like, Shieldred or something. If not, they go to target Hajar, we go to target the Gix, they have a counter, and then the game's basically over anyway. Sometimes it's just like that. Yep, and then we'll attempt, since they're at least tapped as far as that goes. Do we want that on top? Oh, that's putting it in hand. They didn't pay the kicker. Oh, and they have another one. Well, that's great. But they chose not to use it, meaning they probably have removal up. So... Yeah, I say we just play the cards they know already. No need to get too crazy. This is interesting. They're not wanting to spend their blue mana. They're not wanting to use the map. I guess they want to use it for that again? It's possible. Kaito. But not as a ninja to bounce that. Okay, sure.
Looks like I gotta fight my way out of this one.
Yeah. I mean, I guess this is what we do. I don't know what the opponent's deck's doing. I'm kind of just running blind right now. Sure, that's stunned.
You're not going anywhere.
All right. We will... I guess I'll go ahead and get the land out of the deck at this point. Let's go ahead and get a forest. Go ahead and get rid of Kaito. Play this knucklehead. And then pass the turn. I really don't know what the opponent's deck does. I feel like we've seen a couple of good cards, some bounce spells, and that's kind of it. So I'm at a little bit of a loss here, trying to decide what we even need to be worrying about. Good, though, that we can waste one of the Plaza heroes. So that's kind of nice. Alright, I'll crack one of them. Why not? We don't need that much mana. And we'll attack. I mean, I'm only wasting it because I don't know what they're even trying to do. Like, I am at a loss. Maybe they needed double blue, so now that'll be a thing. Oh, that's cute. No way this is going to resolve, though, I imagine. But we're going to try it anyway. Because why not? Maybe they only have the counter that makes us pay 2? Like, I don't know what's going on. Oh, setting up a sweeper is what it looks like. Get rid of that guy now and then sweep on their turn would make a lot of sense. Alright. I mean, I got nothing. I mean... Oh, Enduring Curiosity. Alright, that makes sense. But they also didn't want to block anything. Okay. we're back to being confused and lost by what the opponent's doing. Sure. I mean, they'll get to draw a card here. And then instead you make a Planeswalker? Nope. I thought they might ninja something in there. Yeah, our draw wasn't even good, and I don't know what the opponent's doing. It's just like a really slow Demir ninja kind of deck. Okay, there's a ninja. Yeah.
Bet you didn't
Agreed.
expect to see me here.
But like, if you put stun counters on a thing, yeah, I was gonna say you'd just be tapping down a thing to just have it die.
Your secrets don't
Yeah.
stay hidden for long.
I don't know. Hey, thanks for the raid. We are just kind of bumbling through some things here with an opponent who I don't know what they're doing. So we'll just run this back out, gain some life. I guess go ahead and just attack them again. Greetings from Germany. Hey, well, welcome from the German community there. All right, opponent. You got 3 cards. You got tons of mana. All right, so they're just going to return this to our hand. Sure. They're going to draw another. I guess their whole plan is just stall you as like keep loading their hand to just stall you as long as they can. That's the only thing I can figure. Like, that's their whole strategy. Because everything has just been bounce spells for the most part. And then them just drawing cards. Which, again, I guess is a reasonable strategy. It's not like the end of the world. Now they'll bat to get this out of my hand because I'll get to draw the bat. Which is reasonable. Sure. I mean, my other card's Moira. So obviously you're taking Elish Norn here. Siren, cool, there's some flyers. Okay, now we're seeing the real parts of their deck. Oh, well, that doesn't suck, does it? What do we get access to? A Biza. That's unfortunate. That would be a good card to have right now. Alright. Are those more bounce and removal spells in hand? My guess is probably yes. Because that seems to be all their deck is. But we'll see, though. Maybe they're not. I mean, something's attacking here, right? I mean, worst case scenario, I was going to say you attack with the Calamity because it's a no-loss situation, right? Try? I mean, you can still respond and do something to my Dragonhawk. Nope. Okay. Now what? Alright, so they're not even saving the token to draw a card. Interesting. Alright, well, under the circumstances, I think I'm willing to just attack to draw a card. Because we've drawn a lot of land, and we've got to get out of this somehow. Sure. Fortunately, that doesn't count as us drawing. It just exiles. Yeah, there's no way we should win this at this point. Like, our draw has been pretty bad. Like, we've drawn 3 creatures? 4, technically it's under there. So, like, yeah. Yeah, we've not done well so far. Yeah, I think this is one I just have to give to the opponent. We're already too far behind. Let's just move on. That was not a fun game because that deck was very boring to play against, too. which sucks that y'all have to sit through that. Straight up wizard. Yeah, I'm always doing well, man. Like, I try not to have too many bad days. Most of the stuff people are upset about is stuff they can't control anyway, you know? Ooh, no. Alright, I'm going to keep it even though I know I'm not supposed to keep this. This is definitely a do as I say, not as I do type scenario. Because no matter what, I have to draw a white land or this is just trash. Actually, not totally true. No, don't kill my... Oh, dang it. All right. Well, we're in trouble. I shouldn't have got greedy. Yep. I could have just left it back, and then I would have been able to cast an Annie Joins Up, and maybe we'd have been fine. But no. Serves me right, though. I'm not blaming this one on the deck. This one's totally on me by just keeping a bad hand. Yeah. All right. Cool. We already know where this game's going, so that's fine. Those are the ones you just gotta take it. Don't blame it on the deck. Blame it on yourself. Know where your mistakes are. Because literally in that one, I also could have not attacked. That would, you know, I did that to myself. All right. Let's see what we got going on, though. Okay. We can work with this. I wonder if this list needs to be playing more Lorens, actually. Oh, we need removal spells against the red aggro decks. And I have none in hand. I can at least remove an enchantment, which is nice, but that's about all I have going for us right now. And they probably don't assume that we'll be able to kill enchantments, but even that's a turn or two away. So how do we want to approach this? If I go... I guess this is what we have to do here. And might as well attack. Alright. So there is the other option that if this is 5 toughness or less... Well, not anymore. So now we have to get rid of the enchantment. We have to do all that. But in 2 more turns... we're going to potentially just be dead. Well, exactly. That's what I was afraid of. The fact that they had rage means we can't win now. Because even if we take some of the damage off of this... why can I not target a thing? That. I mean, problem is we're just going to be too low now. Because I don't have any of our life gainers in hand. It's like, yep, they got a good start. We didn't have any of our early removal. You have to have removal against those decks. We do play a lot of it, but if you don't have it, you can't win. You got to know the deal going in. How many people are hanging out today? I didn't even bother to look. Where is everybody? Let's see what we got going on. Oh, a few people kind of strolling in here early in a few channels. Good to see y'all in this impromptu stream. All right, so let's keep this. And I don't even know what color I want to go get here. I think I want to go get white. And then just play Bristly Bill on 2, and then we'll just figure things out after that. But we'll see. Alright, that's probably going to be useful. Don't hate that. Ooh, excellent. Don't mind getting to kill that guy. Question is, how badly do I need to kill that guy? Probably very, to be honest. Go ahead and put a counter here. And then I think I'm going to wait. I was going to mute this knucklehead. Gonna make 3 rabbits? No, gonna play a quest caller. Okay, this is kind of interesting. So they'll attack, trigger. I'm willing to gamble here. Oh, see, they didn't even want to take the risk. They knew. Alright. Then let's go ahead, get rid of this. Oh, well, isn't that something? Was not expecting to see that. Put a counter. I guess I go ahead and just kill that. Because that feels like the smart thing to do. I do need another green here. And let's just keep the opponent off threats for a minute, right? And just say if you got the things, you got the things. Yep, 3/1/1s. We are okay with that. Alright, well, Bursley Bill, you were not who we were looking for, friend. So we're going to go ahead and attack. Wow, opponent's just going to eat it. Alright. I mean, this makes sense if you have the other thing that's bigger for the number of rabbits you control or whatever, like, or creatures you control. That makes a lot of sense. Nope, just gonna do this. Fair enough. Opponent's at 10 currently. You gotta find at least one thing you can play here, right? Yeah, that makes sense. Double Burrow Guard Mentor. Alright. They're in good shape. Question is, what do we do from here? Missing a land also didn't help, but that's fine. Let's pass the turn. Oh, there you go. That'll do it. Yep. Man, and the aggro deck outdrew us in lands, too. This is a bad start. Yeah, just attack us with everything, opponent. There you go. GG's. I don't even need to block and figure out the math. I'll assume they're good. We could probably survive it, but I'm not even going to bother. Doop, doop, doop. All right. Let's see what else we got going on. Man, I've had such a weird set of draws. I've either, like, not drawn mana, or I've not drawn removal, or whatever. It's just like, let's see what we can do with this. Let's mulligan. Ugh. Ugh. All right. We'll keep it. Get rid of old hugs, I think. And we'll just see what we can do from here. I was going to say, if the opponent's still there. Okay, well. I guess I'm going to pass, since our hand's going to be pretty slow anyway. I think we'll just work on trying to kill some creatures. If... Oh, they don't even... Alright. That was different. Feel like this is a trap, but alright. I'm your Huckleberry. I mean, when does a deck play a turn 1 Valley Might Caller, then do nothing else? Like, this feels so suspicious. But I guess I'm here for it. I mean, do you not even have like giant growth or something? Because you would have attacked and yeah, all right. Well, that was a pointless game. Man, these are the types of hands I try to tell people, like, don't keep these types of hands. If you only have one play through the first 3 turns, unless that 3 mana play was going to be like make 3 creatures or something or whatever, so this is like a 4/4, it's probably not worth taking the gamble because you're often going to end up so far behind that even if that becomes like a 2/2 or a 3/3, it's just not going to be enough. I fall in and out of love with Standard. What is your favorite Standard era? I don't know if I have one. Like, when it comes to favorites, I'm the worst for hot take stuff like that. I normally tell people I just make up an answer just so I have something to say. Is MTG Arena pay to win? No, Magic's never been pay to win. It just hasn't been. Like, there's people that win with all level of decks. So, no. And even decks needing some number of rares or mythics or rare lands doesn't make it pay to win. Like, is there some, like, small amount you invest? Probably. We're going to keep this. But, like, it's a hobby like anything else. Like, But generally speaking, no. Alright, let's pass. I will say this. I think if you are competing at anything, there is ultimate. We know if we attack with a jar, it's dead, right? We're going to do it anyway. Because, you know, I'm your Huckleberry and all that. But, yeah, we knew. But, like, competing at anything, even when I was running track or whatever, like, there was, you know, you're replacing track spikes regularly and you got to have the nicer shoes. And it's like, there's always a thing, no matter what it is you're doing. How do I want to go about this? I guess I want to save the get lost because we'd rather get rid of their enchantments and stuff later. So let's just kill this. I mean, they're probably just going to play Caretaker's Talent and copy the token anyway, but oh, they ended up not having it. That's great. And he joins up. Off your token so I can try to attack. Probably lose this as well, but that's okay. With our hand, I'm probably okay with both of us drawing cards here. Sounds great. Play that. Now the Destroyer Annie joins up. Makes sense. Alright, we've weathered the storm a bit here. There's another Builder's Talent. Oh boy. Alright. Do it like this. Say this. Go ahead and get another land. Guess it can be red this time. And then this is you activate whenever something else comes into play. I think we'll wait to kill that, actually. Let them spend some mana on it before it actually attempts to do anything. Sure. All right. Then let's still return nothing. Okay, cool. Well, we dealt with all of their major issues, unfortunately. We did not find anything to help ourselves here. We're doing this on the back of 2 creatures, right? 3, actually. I forgot about the Lord. Alright, we'll attack. They're gonna just try to make that big. Fair enough. Actually, that could matter. I guess we'll have to hold on to this get loss. That's important. This is an interesting game of chicken as well, because I kind of want to boost up my Bristly Bill, but I also need to protect it kind of at all cost right now. So now we'll attack. Oh, they had another virtue. That's interesting. Okay. Good to know. All right, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Only, man. I think if they kill stuff, it's going to be with a Sunfall anyway, so this doesn't even matter. So let's just get our mana. End the turn. I mean, if that's what the last card is, that's what the last card is. I mean, we did what we could here, you know? Oh, you're going to exile both? Bruh, that sucks. Alright, well. Oh, they only... Yeah, I was going to say, you did exile both, right? Okay, that makes sense. Okay, we still have fair removal spells here, so that's not the end of the world. And Moira. Interesting. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We would leave up Lightning Helix and Get Lost. And still have this available. I think that's fine-ish. Alright. Why are you wanting to use all of these? Let's get... let's leave white available. Let's just... Yeah, I guess it doesn't really matter. Let's get red, green here. Ultimately, it doesn't matter, because I'm only going to have 3 left for 4 mana, so it's whatever. Alright. So then the plan here is get rid of a 3/3. Well, what would be a 3/3? All right. Ugh. Oh, man. I am so badly just looking for another threat. Like, just another card would just be awesome. All right. Well, how much mana do we have? 2, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We could double twice. But, well, if we double, hold on. If we double twice, or 6, that's 8. 12 plus 5 is 17, so they have to chump block with their token. But then we leave them with just stuff that can't block. So sure, let's do it. Exactly, you have to block, so whatever. All right, here we go. Sunfall or no. Carrot Cake does make blockers, actually. That's real. And gains life. Oh, wait, actually, they will... Yeah, you have 2 blockers. That makes sense. And then you just play the other ones. Now you have 3/3s. Yeah, okay, fair. I think same thing, though. We just force them to block twice. I don't think we're worried about the other cards. Jeez, really? Alright, fair enough. We'll just do it again. So we gain 3. And then plus 6. Then we attacks. I mean, every attack's just a beyond lethal attack. So this is just them being in top deck mode now. Oh my god. Oh, that's only 1 blocker, though. So that's fine. Yeah, that doesn't even matter. This is a crazy way to win this game. Yep, sure, that thing becomes a 3/3. Oh, now there's a hugs. Like, on the last turn where we don't need them. Alright, going to attack. Definitely not attacking the Planeswalker. Just the opponent. Alright, cool. My goodness. Crazy, crazy game. I could get Lost the Token. I'm just having more fun attacking. I very well could have got Lost the Token. I was just having more fun attacking and pumping this guy. Like, yes, there was mana open that I could have got rid of another 1/1. Let's see. Gonna get caught up on conversation here. Just made a new account to relearn the meta and have been having a blast free to play. Yeah, definitely can. The physical forum is technically pay to win because without a deck you can't win. I mean, I guess, but I don't think that's the actual definition people are aiming for on that. Smurful store owners give cards away to beginners, which really helps. That's true. That is a thing. Croaky started a free-to-play account and got to Mythic in under 2 days. Yeah, that could totally be done. I mean, here's the thing, though. Like I tell people, getting to Mythic, I don't think is that big of a thing. Because, at least this is my perspective, so other people may disagree with me. But I think even making content at Mythic isn't as good for you as a viewer. Because unless you're trying to aim to stay in like the top 1,200 spaces to get into the end of season tournament, all that stuff, most of Mythic is just a lot of people goofing off, right? They're trying all these crazy ideas and doing this stuff because they've already maxed out the rewards they can get. Whether they're 94% or they're 65% at Mythic doesn't matter, right? You can win, you can lose infinite at Mythic and you're still going to get the same rewards that you get if you won 80% of those at Mythic. So you just end up with weird decks and awkward matches a lot of the times. So I don't know. But I think it's more about just, are you playing well? Are you having fun with the decks you're playing? You know, that type of stuff. Because ultimately, I feel like I get to Mythic even when I'm just goofing around and tanking my rank regularly, trying a bunch of different decks, making content. So I don't make it a goal to get to Mythic. I'd rather spend time just goofing off and learning stuff about cards that I could turn into fun videos. All right. This hand is definitely a mulligan. Only really have access to Lightning Helix, which is not great. This is better. I guess I'm going to keep Dragonhawk, which feels a little weird, but probably correct. Well, I guess it's a good thing I came with some removal cards for this fight, huh? And it's mono red, not red white, which is actually better for this draw, I think. Oh, Manifold Mouse, you're a jerk. Does that have Offspring 2? Alright. So we take 4 here. Question is, do we want to kill the mouse first? I guess I have to kill this first, because ultimately it just ends up being too big. And we end up taking more damage later when I off it. And then now we're probably still going to take like 10 damage, but that's okay. Like, we know the risk. Oh, it's a Screaming Nemesis. That's a much bigger problem. I do like me some Screaming Nemesis, though. Much respect. Oh, deck, we need some mana badly. Yeah, we're just going to pass. If we can get an untapped land and stick a Biza, we might have a shot. But that might be our only shot. Show off. That might be the nail in the coffin if they have the right cards here. Looks though like they're attempting to use their land. Yeah, alright. So that's not the worst thing for us. Let's get rid of that. Still going to take 5. Which is not great. Need an untapped land. Real bad. And that's just to give us a shot. Not even to really win. But, oh no! Oh, that's it. Dang it. Pretty sure we're dead now. Ah, we were so close. Yeah, we're dead. I feel you, opponent. We are dead. Yep. Best I can do is trade with the mouse. We take 4. Go to 2. Yep. Tough life. Yeah, we're just being a mana behind. Like, because even now, had we had Bees of the turn before, and then we had Roxanne here to kill that, like, that's tough. It's just one of those sad ones where it's like, oh, we're just so close, but we can't get there. Yep. I guess it's good. That was a land, I suppose. And even then, it's only a matter of time till the Screaming Nemesis is able to run us down. Because we're going to take 4 here. Right? Because I block 1. Which will just be dealt to us. Which means we don't get to gain life anymore. Keep telling people, man. Screaming Nemesis. Hell of a magic card. That works too. I mean, you put me in a situation where I have to find something small or die. But you also need me to not top deck another Biza. Oh, well, we were dead anyway. What were they doing? Like, it didn't even matter. Yep, just missing a land there was the main difference. That's tough. That's a good example, though, of how sometimes one land is all the difference in the world. Like, one land, we save like 6 extra life, and the game's totally different. But, is what it is. Alright, we will make this work. This is fun. Ooh, can we live long enough is the question, because I need to be able to destroy that. So first, we need a removal spell, which we didn't get, so that's bad. If we would have had a removal spell there, I would have felt a lot better. Now, unfortunately, they can double pump. We can get in a situation where we may not be able to block. And then that's going to be tough. I think we still block. Just force them to play it on the Scamp. Yep. Gonna rage through. Makes sense. Yep. Alright. That's not so bad, really. I mean, we're at 9. I say so bad. I mean, you know, we could still die to a lot of things. But... oh, and we have to take a point here, too, don't we? Eesh. That's not cool. Alright, well. Kind of do what we got to do. Heartfire hero, sure. I mean, I'll block, take whatever damage coming, I guess. Yep. I don't know. Like, if I get a plains, I have to go to 6. I think we're dead, because as soon as I pump this and fling, I think we're toast. And they didn't play a land, so they have something in hand. If I get red, I have to take white, green, colorless. I guess it's going to be the same either way. Alright, well. The only real out I potentially have... oh, I wasn't going to target that anyway. I'm targeting this. I mean, same thing. If they pump Fling, we're still toast. So, like... Alright, we're at 2. I can play Moira. Oh, but I have to take a point. So I go to 1 and then to 4? Ah, that's... Oh, no, but we gain life twice. So that's good. Alright. So I give us a little bit of wiggle room. Not a lot, but enough to not be dead. And that's what's important. Sure, you can have that ley line all day, every day. This is also why I say, while the ley line is scary, it is not always the best card because of these types of situations. Now we get to gain life again. So we go to 13. Get us some cards, hopefully one that's playable. Nope. Nope. All right. I will do this to get some lands out of the deck eventually. And we'll just end the turn. All right. I think we're okay, though. I mean, if they want to pump some stuff, then, like, sure, whatever. We'll just block and block. I mean, because we can always blow up Hajar, so whatever. Yep. Do your thing. Yep. Not enough to get us dead. That's all that's important. Now, next turn could be. That's a different problem. Let's go fetch that mana. Oh, no! Alright, well, maybe we'll draw something off the top. Because what we're going to do is attack first. See what we find. Just a land? Just a land. Wow, gross. Okay. Not great. I will... Oh my gosh, how do we tap this? That's going to be 1 point either way. I don't think I want to take any damage. Oh, it wouldn't have been anyway. Alright, never mind. Sure. Keep this one. Alright. Alright, well now we're threatening lethal. Ah, well. They got their spells they needed. Oh, that's all they got? Well, that's not the worst thing. And they're using this pre-combat? Oh, because they get to draw a card. Sure. I guess I block here and take 4? Actually, do I? Opponent's at 5. I just block like this, right? Take 5, take 2? Sure. I mean, we know it's just a plains. That works for me. Whoo, man. Nice. Look at the opponent. Look at what they drew. And they had, like, the opening hand ley line. With the Scamp and with the Heartfire hero. And we still didn't die. Thanks to our lovely Moira that was just gaining us a bunch of life along the way. Woo. Never feels bad beating that matchup. Especially when they have that kind of draw. But that was also a combination of having some big toughness creatures as well. We were able to throw stuff in the way for a couple of combats. Buy ourselves a little bit of time. I think that's a real thing you gotta pay attention to sometimes too, is how much damage can you absorb while you're trying to come back. Ooh. Yeah, let's keep this. All right. Yeah, let's go with Hajar. Why not? Probably was supposed to go with Bristly Bill there, but yeah, I assume this is the deck we're up against. We're going to be living off this get lost for a bit, I'm assuming. Didn't find the land, though. That hurts. Alright, well. At least the good news here is, if they play land caretaker's talent, we can get rid of a talent. So, there's that. This feels suspicious. Like, they're just waiting for us to attack with the thing, you know? I mean, I'm a Huckleberry, so I'm still going to do it. By the way, I'm your Huckleberry merch. You should check it out. I have some. What are we doing here? You know, I think I am gonna just sample an attack here with Bristly Bill and just let them kill that. Oh, they don't have it. All right, so now we know some things. All right, information has been unlocked. So they're going to scry, try to find some more land, I'm assuming. Probably trying to set up a turn where they can Caretaker's Talent, copy a token, draw a card, which would make sense. Oh, a Biza. Okay, well, that's a good card for them. Good news is, we don't have to fear Biza. Let's get red? Green. No, red. And we'll go ahead and off one of those. And for the time being, I will just attack with Moira because I don't want to lose anything else if they decide to triple block. I mean, I could have, but I also didn't want to give up Hajar either there. Alright, the Sunfall number 1? No, it's an exercise. Fair. That's artifact, enchantment, or creature power 4 or greater. I guess knowing they play those, I do have to be a little bit careful here. Let's go red. Put that on Moira, since we'll still be undersized. Might as well play this. Why not? Gain a little bit of life. Get rid of a token. They'll obviously draw a card with it. Or not draw a card with... Oh, that... Wait, yeah, they could have. They just chose not to. Alright. I guess now they'll block and draw? Yeah. Okay. At some point, we're going to get Sunfalled. But until then, I guess we'll just keep doing what we're doing. There it is. I will sack this just so they get a smaller token. And then we'll just start to rebuild. And then another Sunfall. Because that's usually how it goes. I mean, they haven't played much removal, so I mean, like, it has to be there somewhere. Yep. Good news is the second one doesn't do anything other than just draw a card. I guess we'll get red. Our hand really doesn't do a lot here, though. I guess we go ahead and destroy this, because that's important. And then I guess we just move to attack? And we can kill the token. Alright. I mean, we're kind of just hoping we draw something big along the way. Like a Hugs would be awesome. Alright, there's another Sunfall, sure. Hajar, you are not Hugs. You're not a dragon. You're not many things that would be better here. Hell, even just, what's her name? The Roxanne would be good. Yep, you got it. And a get lost, sure. Yeah, you got it. See, now normally I would want to play Annie Joins Up here to kill that, but knowing they have a get lost, they're going to come after that, most likely. So, I need to wait. But we do get to do some damage here if we so choose. I think I'm going to take the land, even though they are low enough that the damage might matter. I think that's fine. And they may at least force a little bit of a decision here, where they might have to use that to kill a Dragonhawk. Or not, because they just have a Sunfall. Well, now I feel even less bad that I ended up taking the land. Or using the land. They're letting us keep the Annie Joins Up, but it doesn't matter because we're not finding anything. We're literally just finding lands. Ugh. Alright. Now they're going to kill it. Fair enough. I mean, we have so many ways to see extra cards at this point. We just got to get to them, you know? And we're at 26 life, so we have a little bit of wiggle room. It's not like the craziest thing. Alright. Sounds good. Phone's gonna sack that, draw a card, makes sense. Alright, come on, deck. Really? Oh my gosh. This is brutal. Man, I can Hugs for 4. That would be awesome. I mean, at this point, now they just get Caretaker and they can kind of start rolling a little bit. Sure. That works. Yeah, like the fact that their deck draws a lot of cards and wants to play a bunch of lands, and we have outlanded them, that tells you kind of how this game has gone. That's not good. That's a sign things did not work the way we were hoping. Oh gosh, that doesn't help either. I mean, like, I'll go through the motions here, but any one removal spell, and like, there's nothing we can really do. Hey, Hugs! You showed up, man. I'm surprised. Also, it's kind of ironic, too. He shows up on the turn after I have the rip, so I'll have to use the cards from the Hugs first before using the stuff from rip, which is kind of funny, but is what it is. Alright. We're going to take a bunch of damage. Yep. That'll do it. Because now I have to Hugs for, like, even if I could do it, it would have to be for some small amount. Yeah, that was a bad game. We just didn't draw much of anything. We kind of just sat there. Had all the ways to draw out of trouble and just didn't do it. But that's the nature of Magic sometimes. You gotta take the good with the bad. The funny thing is, though, if I would have hugs, that would have been hugs for like a pile of cards with the anti-joints up out there. Okay, what do we do with this? Damn, I don't know if I'm supposed to keep the... I think I have to mulligan this. And I'm going to scrap this. All right, let's see if we can make this do a thing. So many mono white decks on the ladder. I guess I'll play this. Like, if you have a removal, whatever. You got to do something with those cards. Might as well be that. All right, they chose not to. Are we going to Caretaker's Talent? No, we're going to lay down arms. Sure. That's a good one to have here, too. Don't mind that. And then here comes a Get Lost. And they have something at instant speed they keep thinking about here. If you saw my shorts on YouTube, you should be checking out my YouTube videos. I think they're better than my streams. But it's cool that the algorithm works and the shorts got you where you need to go. All right, so we're going to have mana here. Let's get red. I don't think it really matters. All right, so we have... I could Lauren this and then attack. After they block, I could shoot one of those. I like that plan, actually. I'm going to have to do a lot of manual tapping to make sure we don't waste our mana here. So let's go here, here. Get rid of this. Then we'll attack. Don't know if they'll bite and double block. We'll see. Maybe. Maybe. Opponent. Yep, don't know what's going on right now. It's always weird when your opponent's just like cooking until you deal with one of their big cards and all of a sudden it's just like rope time. Hey, I'm fine with it. Like, I always feel like when the opponent's rope, that's actually a compliment to you. I think looking at it in a negative light is silly, right? That just means you did everything right to where you frustrated and thwarted your opponent's plan. But looks like they are not going to be blocking here, so we'll just get in for our 2, and then we'll see what happens. Which is sad, because I kind of wanted them to block so I could get an extra 2 life off of this when I use Moira's trigger, but it's all good. Alright. End the turn. I mean, to be fair, the opponent's playing mono white, so I mean, they probably have Caretaker's Talent. They probably have Sunfall. They probably have, you know, all the things you sort of expect, I'd imagine. All right, opponent is still here. They're going through the phases. All right, but they chose not to do anything. I don't understand what's happening right now. All right, I guess I'll just do this then. I mean, if you have a Sunfall, I guess you go land Sunfall, and then we just play Biza. Oh, that is not what we want to see on top there, though. Ugh. Why couldn't you have been a land or something? Dang, Dak. Like, hit me where it hurts. Jeez. Woo. That's rough. Do I think they'll ever make the heist mechanic into the real card version of the game? I mean, you just don't call it heist. I mean, heist literally can work. You just don't need it to have the randomization or whatever. Like, it's just a wasted ability being in Arena. Or on Alchemy or whatever. My personal belief is anything that's close to being a real-life mechanic should just be a real-life mechanic. We shouldn't be wasting it on Alchemy where, like, less than 10% of the player base is ever going to experience it. That's just me personally. And I would personally, I'd also like for Alchemy to just do fun stuff you can't do in paper, other than like, hey, you get this random card out of a spell book. I was like, I don't know if cards like could change, like I don't know, even morph into other cards or whatever. Like you know, things you can't do in paper. I think would still be infinitely better. But again, that's just me nitpicking. All right, so the opponent let the turn end. And they're still there because they're not roping out, but they're also not casting anything. I assume their hand is a bunch of like Sunfalls or something. That's the only thing it can be. Well, but even then, you have 6 cards. It can't just be 4 Sunfalls and nothing else. Oh, you know what? They might be the what's that card? The thing that exiles an attacker or whatever. That's probably what they have. And since we didn't attack while they had mana up, they haven't been able to use their cards. That would be my guess. So now I need to decide if it's worth it for me to draw a card, but I'm going to assume no, since they also didn't play a 5th land, so it's whatever. Man, I needed you to be a land so badly. Like, oh, I'm gonna lose my dragon to getting exiled, but I guess it's worth it. Yo, I'm sorry y'all have to sit through this. That we're literally taking the entire rope every action. Like, this is silly. At this point, I don't even think the opponent's, like, rage roping. Okay, well, it's game over anyway. Yeah, these games are tough whenever you're trying to make content or stream for people or make YouTube videos because, like, I don't even know if this game just ended because the opponent was mad I wasn't attacking and they couldn't use their cards, or if they legitimately lost connection and just couldn't continue. But there were times they were still here, like they were still lighting up stuff or whatever. So that means your opponent's present. That's why I'm saying like they were there, but they didn't do anything, which is weird. But it is what it is. You know, the games are what they are. You just move on. Their entire hand was filled with. You know what though? There is the other random possibility that they had a whole other color, and we're just mad they couldn't cast something. Right? That's possible. They could have been like blue white or I mean, yeah, I guess it could have been blue white or black white, and they just didn't have the other answers, which is possible. Yeah, don't forget if you got your free Twitch Prime sub, I'd gladly take that over here if you hadn't used it yet. Or if you're on Twitch. If you want to support me on YouTube, though, I do have great rewards for members if you want to check those out. Also, yeah, I tell people if you're going to support on Twitch or YouTube, most of your creators are going to prefer YouTube because YouTube lets us keep a better percentage as well. And we can offer you more rewards there for that. However, with this hand, we are going to mulligan. Mostly because, like, I can't really do anything other than Hajar with this hand, and that's not good enough. So we'll keep this. I'm going to get rid of any joins up. Oof, that hurts a little bit. All right. So we can turn 2 Hajar, turn 3 Moira, and then cross our fingers and hope for the best. Nope, we won't be getting to do such things. Yeah, I think we still got to stick with the plan as close as we can, though. Oh, why didn't you tell me you had a land on top deck? I would have done something else. You got to tell me this stuff. Sure. Dead. Yeah. All right, that makes sense.
No more distractions. Let's make this.
You know, you're as good as anything. Why not? I'm assuming their hand's just removal at this point. This is just the mono black 52 removal deck, but you know, if it is, it is. Could be Shieldred or something too. Nope. It's a Shieldred's Edict. Yep, that's just what we're going to be doing here.
I'm tired of your secrets.
Oh no! Alright, you know what we're going to do? We're going to top deck a Roxanne. That's the plan. Get a Roxanne, get some damage in on Liliana, then force them to have something else. Okay, I guess that's the next best thing. I'm going to hold on to this so they will be inclined to... Oh, they actually made a token and didn't sack their enchantment. Interesting. But they'll be inclined to use their discard spell first, which we don't mind. Hey, thanks for that, y'all. Sorry, got a little distracted here playing.
Fine. I know when I'm not wanted.
Appreciate the support, for sure. Especially since we've been streaming a lot more. Oh, the other card was another Lily. Are you kidding?
Those who get in my
Come
way
on,
tend.
man.
I'm tired of your secrets.
Alright, well, if the opponent just draws perfect, what you gonna do? That sucks. Hey, if they draw it, they draw it, though. Gotta hand it to them, you know? Alright, so this doesn't do anything other than just get us some life, but it's fine, I guess. Alright, we can still top deck Roxanne and be back in business. We get to kill Liliana and then we're rocking and rolling, right? Or maybe even just Annie joins up. Or, okay, well, we get a land. Yeah. Alright, they got us. Yep, you got it.
Won't be outsmarting me.
All right, come on, deck. Hugs, you're at least something. I mean, we get access to 2 cards. I don't know if they're going to be good ones, but let's find out. Liliana has 3 counters. All right. Okay, that's not the worst. We could at least chump block off and not be dead. So we take 3, we go to 7 poison, we block 1, we go to 9 poison. It's going to be damn close. And that's assuming what's in their hand isn't a removal spell or another body. Okay. Yeah, now we can't win. All right, cool. Oh, I say that. Hold the phone. Oh, wait a minute. I lose the Annie joins up, which is tough, not gonna lie. But if we do this, we get some tokens. I mean, I am fairly low on life still, but maybe? I mean, I ain't gonna say it's good, but we're just not dead, you know? We had some bad draws in the middle of the game, but these last 2, it's at least tried to give us something to work with. Opponent drawing that Shieldred, though, that was aces. That was like perfect timing for them. Oh, they had to beseech the mirror. Yeah, go get any removal spell here, and I'm done. Yeah. I'm going to give it to them, even if they go get the wrong card. There's no point in wasting it. Like, there's a bunch of things they could get, and we'd just be bad. They might be playing... See, here's the thing. When you use the excuse they might be playing a mobile and all of a sudden they can't take actions, they were taking actions fine until you start thwarting their plan, right? That's always my argument. People say, but they could have been. I was like, sure. But magically, it doesn't ever affect anything till right then. You know what I mean? Like, it might be true. It might actually be coincidental and be true. But when everything is flowing perfectly fast and quick, and then right when you do something to their big card, all of a sudden something happens, like, that does look a little suspicious. Man, we can't, as much as I want to keep this, we can't keep this. We have to mulligan. Alright, well, one of those goes in. Alright, well, we have a lightning helix. I don't know if that's going to get to kill anything. Problem is, we're on the draw, and a bat's probably going to happen here. And then we don't really have a play for turn 2 otherwise. Oh, okay, well, no bat. That's good news. And pass the turn. What do we got here? Actually, ooh, Overlord. I was thinking it could have been worse. Could have been a Preacher or something. Oh, what is... Oh, no. Oh, no. Wow. Okay. Opponent is doing some fun stuff in the lab. I can always appreciate that. But we are going to need to draw really well, I think. Oh, you know what? This could also be a surprise deck that plays Phyrexian Obliterator. That's... Oh, because I've done that before. Okay, that definitely helps. Because our hand otherwise wasn't doing a whole lot, if we're being honest. So, let's just play this. I think it's safe to attack. And then even if they, like, Obliterator, try to fight something, we could kill it with the Get Lost. That might be our best plan of attack if that's what goes down here. Go get a swamp, I imagine. Yep. Alright, no Obliterator. That's good. Surprising, but good. Alright. I'm not really sure what to make of the proceedings at this point. I don't even know if I want to just Roxanne here, because then that leaves us susceptible to a sweeper. Whereas right now, we're not under threat of anything. I don't even want to attack, because when they activate their land, I'm sort of forced to use the Get Lost now. But, like, I don't know what they're trying to do here. Hell, for all I know, they have another Smuggler Surprise in hand to protect their land after we attack. Yeah, I'm just going to not attack. I don't know what's happening. And we didn't draw really any threats here. Alright, a Heaped Harvest is fine. I just assume we're just going to get wrecked by something. It has to be like dinosaurs or whatever, right? Something wild's about to happen. Okay. I mean, Hajar, you're cool, I guess. Sure. Just looking at our land to make sure it's leaving the right amount open for other options. Alright, I guess now it's safe to attack for 2. Yeah, I'm gonna assume there's just some crazy smuggler surprise thing that's about to go down here when we attack next turn. But, like, I don't know what it would be right offhand, but we'll find out, I'm sure. Okay, a Vault-Born Tyrant, sure, that tracks. Let me go ahead and kill that. Well, it's already, it doesn't come into play, so that's fine. Oh, hugs. That's cool. Guess we do this. Try to kill the Belmerk. Alright, so they don't have... Oh, no, they would need another mana. Okay, that makes sense. Oh, boy. What is our plan here? We can Roxanne next turn. Yeah, I guess we just pass. I mean, right now they have the mana to do anything, so any card's possible. Sure. Like, you got it. They can't get an Overlord back to their hand, so that's good. Yep, I'm not blocking. To no one's surprise. What else we doing? Alright, we'll at least get that out of the way. And then destroy that. Alright, so now we have a lot of mana to work with here. So we get Roxanne. We get to do extra damage. We have 2 left over. We could just hugs and get a pile of cards, which is an option. Get 6? That's probably too many, honestly. What are we looking to do here? Maybe it's Roxanne first? Yeah, because when we hugs, we're also going to get access to a bunch of other cards, too. So let's do that first. I want to leave up one of those other mana, though. Why are you leaving these? Alright. I don't know why I need to leave up Lightning Helix, but I want to leave up Lightning Helix. Shoot the opponent. Shoot the opponent. Go ahead and attack. Alright. So now we can do some combination of, like, hugs, have some mana left over, maybe turn it into a thing. Alright. Take our damages. There is a Valgavoth. Fair enough. We weren't going to do much to a Valgavoth anyway. Alright. Interesting. So we attack. We would have things to sacrifice if we wanted to, and wanted to attempt to try to kill a Valgavoth. But I think the plan here is probably use hugs and see if we could find another Get Lost. So I think that's what I'm going to do. These attack for 2 each. Let's get green. Let's get red. So that gives us 8, as it turns out, because we get extras from that. So Hugs for just 4 gets us 8 cards and still gives us 2, 4, 5 mana, and we can still play a land. All right, that's a lot going on. Probably should dig a little deeper. Does it benefit us to dig for 1 more card? Probably, actually. Let's go ahead and do that. So let's dig for 5. That's 9. Yeah. All right. We also get 2 more or 4 more from Moira. So we're digging as far as we can. All right. We found a Get Lost. Great. Didn't find an untapped land, but situations, whatever, you know? Okay. There's some of the Fable Passage. Oh my god. We're going to deck ourselves. All right. So let's go Fable Passage. Crack the Passage. Go get the plains. We will attack. And then we'll target Valgavoth before they get to block, sacking some of these tokens. So we'll sack 1, 2, 3. And then they take some amount of damage here. We get to play an extra land. So let's go ahead and play this tapped. And make this guy a 6/6. And actually make it a 7/7. Alright. And then we just have access to a pile of cards for next turn. Like, I mean, we're doing everything we can here to make this a fight. But we're not in bad shape. We actually have access to 6 damage if we need it. Alright, cool. Yeah, you got it. So we can go upstairs for 6. Alright, Valgavoth again. We can still kill Valgavoth again, so that's fine. Alright. So we're back to where we were before. How do we want to handle this? We could Elish Norn, but we don't have any of our ETB stuff here. But that would get us more new cards, which could matter. Alright. Sorry, y'all. I'm trying to figure out the best way to do this. Because I can't target Valgavoth twice. That's bad for business. So what I think we do is this first. And then when we attack, each of those will deal extra damage from this. So we could kill a Tyrant, still lose Roxanne, get rid of Valgavoth. That comes back, but then we get to draw after we play our next spell. Oh, man. All right, there's a lot happening here, but here we go. I believe this is how this will work, because this triggers an additional time. All right, that's what I thought. And then go upstairs. And then we will shoot Valgavoth, getting rid of some tokens. All right. They don't get to draw because we have Elish Norn. Lose this, which is fine. So then we can just shoot this. Get to exile some fresh cards for next turn. One of which is a dragon. That's fantastic. And then I think we play Hajar. And then we play a land. And then I guess we go ahead and shoot the opponent for 2. Or for 3 here, I guess. Alright, end the turn. Whew! Sorry, y'all, that was a lot of work. I had to think through like 15 things there. So now they have to get rid of Hajar before they try to sweep the board. And then Elish Norn plus Hawk could be enough to finish the game. Smuggler Surprise, sure. So if it's not already in hand, it doesn't matter here. Yeah. Cool, cool. I think we're good. Yep, that guy is not going to be enough, I do not believe. Especially since we can just shoot that with Annie joins up. Oh, actually, maybe not. Because there's a land on top, or a non-land on top. Okay. That's also not terrible. Let's get red, since we're just going to play a dragon anyway. Excellent. That'll do it. Oh my gosh. We had 18 cards left. Alright, kill this. We'll take 8 because we're at 41. We don't care. Attack for bunches. And then we have a bunch of ways to win. We could Lightning Helix somewhere in here. I think we had another one. Yeah, there you go. Whew. Man. And more cards coming that we don't even need. All right. Wow. Wow. Okay, that's enough lab time with this deck. Oh my gosh. Derek says, random is anyone else not receiving mastery rewards? Anybody not receiving mastery rewards? I didn't pick up my mastery pass yet, but mine seems to still be going. Yeah. I don't know. It seems to be working fine. Seems to be working as intended. Oh yeah, I know. That's what I was saying at the end. Like, I could have won a bunch of different ways at that point. Excuse me while I use the next 30 cards. I'm like, that's what it felt like there. It was getting dangerous for a second. But that's a good example of just like sometimes things look so crazy when opponents like getting stuff out of the graveyard and they've got their big dinosaurs and, you know, Titans or whatever. It's like, nope. Hell, we dealt with Valgavoth twice in that game. On top of them drawing 4 extra cards off of their dinosaurs. And reanimating stuff. So it's just like, yeah, we got there in a deck that you would not think you could have otherwise. But again, took a lot of very careful play of like, okay, we're going to attack. We're going to get tokens. We're going to sack the tokens. We're going to kill the thing. Now when that comes into play, we get to do this thing. And it's just like, kind of have to chain everything together to make it happen. But very interesting stuff overall. But boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, what do we want to say about this deck? So many fun things and, you know, just kind of having to win a bunch of different ways, which is cool. I don't mind that in a deck. Overall, it's like a 50% deck, though. I mean, really, it's not going to blow the doors off anything. You'll win some, you'll lose some. The thing is, I will say, though, is you do have to be very careful with your mulligans with this deck. It's a very big deal in the sense that you have to be aware of what you're going to play on turn 2 and 3, and if you can even keep those hands. Because, you know, if you have a hand that's got Hajar and Ruby and Get Lost and Lightning Helix, well, you kind of need to decide if you need to go get a white land or a red land to give you access to the right things, or a green land, I guess, right? Is it more important to be a removal deck, which sometimes it is if you're playing against, say, something like mono red, versus being an aggro deck, being able to play like a turn 2 Hajar, turn 3 Ruby, you know, or the other way. But that all makes a difference in how this deck works. At the end of the day, lots of fun stuff. Would I change anything? Maybe. I think I'm going to maybe look for something instead of Rip. We just saw so many cards anyway. Rip isn't that important, honestly. It's a nice card. But I think even cutting Rip to just play another Lightning Helix is a solid start. I don't think there's anything wrong with that. Just, especially against the aggro matchups, just having one or two more removal is probably good. And truthfully, while Tyvar was neat, I think we're packing a lot of creatures. We still have 24 creatures. I think cutting Tyvar, even though I do like Tyvar's ability to pump our team and use that excess mana, is great. And it's a creature that's hard to kill, to be honest. But I think there's more situations where having just a Nora Lauren is going to be good. Because a bunch of the mono white decks, being able to get rid of their different talents, you know, being able to get rid of token creatures, being able to get rid of overlords, you know, there's just a lot of things that Lauren can hit right now. So this is probably more of what I would go with if I were going to play this again. But I think that leaves us with 4 Get Lost, 3 Bristly Bill, 3 Hajar, 3 Ruby, 4 Lightning Helix, 2 Lauren of the Third Path, 3 Moira, who was a superstar in so many games, 2 Biza, 4 Annie Joins Up, 1 Elish Norn, 3 Dragonhawk Fates Tempest, 2 Roxanne, 2 Hugs Grizzly Guardian, 1 Plains, 2 Mountain, 2 Forest, 2 Copperline Gorge, 2 Carplusion Forest, 2 Battlefield Forge, 2 Inspiring Vantage, 2 Barshland, 2 Razor Verge Thicket, 3 Fable Passage, and 4 Plaza of Heroes. Yeah, this deck's another one, man. Like, it's just, we keep looking around Standard, and there's more and more options of things to play, and this is really, really sweet. So check it out. If you like playing Legends, this is a fun one. Otherwise, check out the rest of the videos we're putting out, because there's a ton of things you can play in Standard. I'm sure something's going to speak to you. But that's all I have for you for now. This is Phil. I'll see you next time. Words. All right, that was a fun one. That last game is the epic game I like having for content, right? The kind you can't really script. It's just really cool. It's different. You know, those are the games you want to have because they're just fun, right? Even to watch those back and forth of like, how are you going to deal with this Valgavoth? Oh, another Valgavoth? How are you going to deal with this one? You know, it's just one of those fun things. I dig it though. I think those are more entertaining. Because don't get me wrong, I do like playing some aggro decks and stuff, but ultimately, even those games are more fun when there's resistance from the other side, and you're having to, like, find those last couple of points of damage or whatever, right? Otherwise, it's just like, what are we doing? You know? Because that's the other thing, too. I think it's a matter of, and I've tried to tell some other creators this, you know, is that while we are trying to make helpful content, you also need to be entertaining, you know? And if the decks aren't fun or interesting or whatever, then the video's just no fun. Oh, actually, let me show y'all something. Since y'all are on the stream, y'all get to see a thing. I just got a package today. Came in just in time. I know people are showing up. I thought this was a Magic stream. It is Magic. I'm going to show you a Magic-related thing. So, first off, anybody who wants to do business with me while I'm in Vegas, I make cards that have my picture and logo and a QR code that takes you to my media kit. So I have these to hand out, which is always really awesome. But I got more of my clue tokens available. I don't know if that's going to focus right. There you go. So my fancy dragon clue tokens. So I'll have those to hand out. Those are really popular last time I had them in Chicago, so I made more of them. But then this time I have some fancy treasure tokens with my dragon logo on them on a little gold coin. So these are my new ones I'm going to be handing out in Vegas for the first time this weekend. So I'm super excited about those. And we also have some tutus. So if you need a generic tutu token for all the face down stuff or whatever, we have these as well. So these are pretty sweet. So I have those to hand out. Plus some little buttons and a few other things. And some of my new merch, my new shirts, I'll be wearing in Vegas as well. So I'm all geared up, ready to go for this weekend. So there should be lots there. Tindon says, recently found your channel. Love your content, especially Color of Magic. Thank you. Oh, thanks so much. Yeah, lots of content out there right now. So I genuinely feel like when people are taking the time to come hang out, watch my stuff, watch my YouTube videos, like I take that seriously. That's a real compliment because y'all have literally like hundreds of quality accounts to watch, if not thousands of general accounts to watch, if you want to watch gaming or particularly even Magic content. So that's a big deal. Also, I want to give everybody a quick heads up that if you want to follow along in Vegas, if you're a level 2 or higher member on YouTube, which is like $2.99, maybe it's $1.99. It's really cheap. Either way, I think it's $1.99. But if you're a level 2 or higher member on YouTube, I will have vlog posts going up for YouTube members from Vegas. So we're going to be trying to shoot stuff live and get it up a couple of times a day from there. So live reactions of stuff going on the stage, kind of giving you a walkthrough of just cool stuff I see, maybe things out and about in the city, whatever. Just fun stuff, so you get a little extra content for supporting the channel. So just want to put that out there. If you're considering doing so, now is a good time. Also, if you're a level 3 member, which is our highest member, which is only $5, which is the same as you would pay to support on Twitch, but we get to keep more and you get a little extra. I actually have private sessions on there, so if you want to get deck help and other stuff as well, you can do that privately. It comes right to me, and I can help you out. So there's that too. Just a little bit of extra we give you for supporting the channel if you want to support. Also, obviously, you see the logo on screen. If you're going to host your deck somewhere, go over to Moxfield. Use their site. They're really good. The people are really friendly. On top of that, they support the channel. So support those people that support us. Really appreciate it. And then, if I can make 2 other quick sales pitches before we get back to playing some Magic. MistyMountainGaming.com. I've been telling people about these folks for about 2 weeks now. They are super friendly people, but more importantly, they make some of the sickest nerd accessories that you've probably ever seen. If you decide to buy something, because now's a great time to do Christmas shopping. Let's see. You can use code, oh, not that code. Helps if I spell Halloween correctly. Let's try again. There we go. Halloween Dragon will get you 10% off your purchase over there. So, and they give me a little kickback. Got to be clear about that. But yeah, if you want to check that out, they have dice of like this. They make crazy stuff like this. Here, let me go back to the other camera so y'all can see some of this stuff. Their stuff is crazy. I know we're getting sidetracked here, but this is all metal. It's like hollow and metal. It's like metal framing with the numbers suspended. Like, they make this type of crazy stuff. This is like, they make stuff out of stone. They make a bunch of two-tone stuff. Yeah, Hanukkah is better. That's fair. But yeah, just tons and tons and tons of stuff they make. And they make like leather-bound like journals and backpacks and all kinds of stuff if you want to check it out. So they have all kinds of things. But we did do a partnership deal for the month. So I think it's good until November 12th, I believe. So it doesn't even have to be today. But if you end up getting it later, there's an option there. And then finally, like I was talking about earlier on stream, I do have some merch with all the stupid sayings and different things we have on the channel. So you can check that out as well over on our Fourth Wall site. And you'll probably see me wearing the merch because, you know, gotta live it and believe it. But also stuff like this with my Outwork Everyone mug that I actually use. And it actually does keep drinks cold. So know that all the merch I've at least tested or worn or something on some level before I make it public. So that's also very important to me, that if y'all are going to get something to support me, I want you at least to get something that's worthwhile. Also, thank you, Nintendans, for becoming a Dragon Guard member. Much appreciated. All right. Let's, what do we want to do for now otherwise? I have a few minutes still before I got to wrap things up. So let's play some Surprise. I haven't played that since the beginning of the season, and eventually I will make a video for this, an update, but for now, let's swap decks out. And let's just have some fun goofing off. Old Man Layfield says, I need to talk to Pat and make sure you're getting a Gen X 30-year anniversary shirt if you want. Oh, that's cool. I didn't even know those were a thing. Yeah, I would totally take one of those. Oh boy, can we keep this hand with no early removal? And we're on the draw. Nah, we can't. I was like, I wanted to, but we really can't. I am going to put Calamity back in because I feel like that's going to be work to get to that. Because right now, we're going to have to fish for a red land anyway, as things stand. Unless we just magically find one, obviously. Oh, I would appreciate it to be able to get rid of that. Awesome. Don't hate that. Actually, we can wait. Let's just pass. Oh, we're not doing anything else yet? Fair. All right. Let's just get rid of that. Who knows? They might sack it to draw cards. I've seen that starting to pop up on the ladder lately. With the, like, sacrifice creature, draw 2 cards type stuff. Vine Lasher. Neat. Think we're just going to go ahead and kill a Vine Lasher. I am... I'm going to put this on the bottom. Okay, that's not bad. Like to see that. So now if they play something like a Preacher, we can kill a Preacher next turn. Free Strider also works. Let's go ahead and kill that dude. I don't need to waste that, though. Let's just do this and not sacrifice or put anything back. I think we'll just take our time here. At some point, they're going to be down to just removal spells, I'm sure. But they might also just attack here. Which would be a totally reasonable plan. Yep. Makes sense. Alright. So, let's see what kind of removal spells they have. I'm going to put this on Dinosaur for later. Oh, actually, why did I do that? We don't. This is the wrong deck. I'm thinking... I should have just said Avatar. Would have been smarter. I mean, obviously this is going to die, but it's just like, if it doesn't, there's some upside. Okay, cool. So we're also not getting attacked here, which is good. Ghost Vacuum. Sure. We don't really get anything out of our graveyards. That's fine. Awesome. We'll just go ahead and just play this for the full value. See if that's another removal spell there in their hand. I mean, they've only played one, so I assume they have another. Yep, I was going to say, it makes sense. Alright, let's just find another Overlord. That would be great. Like, if we could get the green Overlord and then draw a surprise, that would be perfect. But if not, we're going to be in some trouble here. We weathered the early part of the game, but we also only found 2 threats. So you can't really win that way. Interesting that they're removing removal cards. Oh, well, you're also a reasonable option. Let's find a dragon. That would be cool. Or a Titan. Not that. That was not the thing. that was the wrong choice. Alright, more removal in hand? No, they're just going to try to make some dudes of their own. That makes a lot of sense. Though they're 1/1, so we can just remove... Like, they know what half our hand is. Sure. Yeah, it's not for cost. It's for power, opponent. Yeah, that didn't work at all how the opponent intended that to work. And I'm not going to lie. I'm not mad about it. Let's get rid of this. See if we can find something good. That is not it. However, I don't mind that. We'll take some damage. Targeting our own creature. Alright, so they have enough to 1, 2, 3, 4. They could theoretically pump that twice, but then we trade, so I'm okay with it. No attacks with the... Well, you know what? Yeah, let's go for it. Because they go to 6. They could gain 3 next turn and still attack us to go to 9. But if they do that, our land gets them dead. So they end up not... Unless they just find a removal spell, obviously. That changes everything. But... Alright. I'm going to assume they either have a removal spell or they forgot about our creature land. One or the other. We'll find out. Okay. Well, let's see what they got. Oh, yeah, they're dead. Whoa, after all that. Awesome. Well, that was great. We didn't even have to do our, Actually, we didn't even see one that whole game of surprise. Like, well, surprisingly, not trying to be funny, we won that game with only 3 creatures. We cast a Terror that died. We casted an Overlord that dealt 4 and then died the next turn. This that went and got a removal card. So we had to use that to get rid of our own things that they turned into tokens. And then that was it. Like, we literally did nothing else and won. That is such a good feeling. Oh my gosh. Hey, you got to take them where you can get them sometimes. That's one of the things I do love about this game is you can have the best plans laid out or whatever, and then you end up winning with like a Birds of Paradise with 2+1/+1s on it or something stupid. All right, this is reasonable, actually. Especially going first. Ooh, okay, sure. Because I'm sure I'll be playing against, like, some aggro-y thing. Oh, and I'm not. Gosh dang it. Would have been a good card to have if it was aggro stuff, but it looks like it's some mono-white token-y things, most likely. Alright, well, let's go get a mountain. The good news about this, though, if we want to look at it this way, is we can instant speed do stuff during their instep with the Smuggler Surprise. And that solves some problems. I guess Avatar. However, if we do get a Calamity, then depending on how they tap, you might just go for it. Sure. We'll get a green. Not that it matters. And we'll go get another mountain. Just looking at our hand. Alright, let's see what the opponent does here. Oh, they have black mana. That's why. Well, that's a thing. So now they're definitely leaving up removal. And I have a feeling they know what we're doing, right? You rarely see the Armadillo and Outcaster and not know what your opponent's doing. Alright, yeah, so I don't think we need to be in a hurry here. I think we just let it ride. Oh, they're stuck on mana now. You know, maybe I shouldn't even have... I should have just waited to draw. Yeah. Alright, well, at least we can use one during their end step. That's fine. Kaya. Alright, so now I have to think about, can we potentially do enough to kill the opponent? Maybe. Alright, well, Kaya sticks anyway.
I heard you had some dead things that needed to stay dead.
Exile a card from a graveyard. Sure.
Stay focused.
I mean, you can exile one of mine. They can also combo out next turn and kill us. So it turns out their deck is probably heavy removal. So let's go ahead and use this. Let's mill. Yeah, let's just mill, see what we find. Ooh, that was not good. And the lands are even tap lands. Gross. Well, do we have any calamities living on top of the library, maybe? We don't. Wow. That was harsh. Well, not a lot we can do under the circumstances there, so I think we'll just plot this guy. Pass the turn. And we're just going to look to try to do as much as we can at one time when the opportunity arises, because there's not much else we could do here.
Finally, a breakthrough.
Yep, it's gone. And yeah, that's fine. I guess I could shoot her just to get rid of a card. All right. Because now we are kind of just digging for answers at this point. Let's go ahead and get rid of this. Well, I was hoping to find some other untapped land, but... okay. Let's think about this. We can play surprise with the extra 1, so all of our stuff has hexproof. Then this comes into play and deals 4, so that's 9. Plus 8 is only 17. That's not going to do it, sadly. So, I think, in a weird way, are we just passing? Oh, actually, yeah. Alright, we'll try next turn. Pass the turn. Like, this is one of those games where it's like, not a lot's going on. You just kind of have to be patient to make the thing happen that you need to happen.
I found an eyewitness.
Alright, you have a token. I can kill the token, so no silly shenanigans happen. Alright, now I think we've got a clear coast to do everything we need to do here. We will go ahead and... I guess just get a mountain. It doesn't really matter. We'll have access to every color. Oh, I guess we didn't have any more mountains left. Interesting. Alright, so... 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7... Oh, 8 even? I mean, I guess we could go buck wild. Nah, no need. We better be safe. Let's just go here and here. I don't need to try for too much. I mean, I guess they could have, like, double Shieldred's Edict. That would be gross. I guess if they do, they do. We'll just stack up a bunch of cards in our hand. I mean, they might. I don't know. Okay, it looks like they don't. Alright, that's going to be game then. Yeah, because if it's not double Shieldred's Edict, that's just ball game. So yeah, we got around... Yeah, we don't even care if those die. Like, they're just here to get their damage in, and that's it. Alright, and we'll do it again. I mean, you already see the writing on the wall. I got 2 more Trailblazers coming, opponent. You're looking right at them. Yep. I mean, I'm willing to go through this if you're willing to go through this. And then we'll do another one. So their hand was literally just all removal like we suspected. Yep, that'll do it. So one of those things where we really, like, it looks like we really didn't do much, but that game was literally just all about planning, right? Once we knew we had the removal spells, we didn't have to worry about a bat or something coming down making our life terrible. We knew we could survive Kaya doing any silly shenanigans. So then at that point, it was just save up enough mana and just go off all at once. And then once you're able to protect your creatures, they can't just shoot your stuff, which is the other thing. So, weird game. It's one of those ones, like, on the one hand, you sort of feel bad for the opponent because, like, look, you played a deck that's basically all anti-creature stuff and then died to the creatures on one turn. Because we literally did nothing else. That thing was all just win at one turn and do all 20 damage. Like, but that's Magic for you, right? Like, weird things happen. I guess technically we only had to do 18, though we did do 20 because they did some to themselves. Oh, man. But I'll take those wins, right? A lot of times, that's one of those things I try to tell people too that's tough about Magic, is that an inexperienced player can look at that situation and they probably lose because they're not aware of, like, the cards that are in the format or what their opponent's trying to do or whatever, right? Whereas because I've played tons, anybody really who plays a lot, like, you kind of know, all right, my opponent's probably got these cards in hand. I know what they're up to. Let's just be patient and we can just win all at once, right? And you can see the line to get where you need to go. I think that's the tough part, which is also good. I mean, that's the strategic part of the game. But I think a lot of people don't see that, and they probably run out their dragon that gets killed, and then they play their overlord to get some damage in, and then it dies to a get lost or whatever. And then in that scenario, all they would have had would have been the three Trailblazers and the Smuggler Surprise, and then you just got to go for it and hope to get lucky. Whereas being patient, you just have all the parts in hand. Nintenton says, haven't played Magic in a few years, played as a kid in 4th edition days, and have dabbled throughout life, looking forward to getting back into it more. I think right now is a great time to get into Magic, right? Depending on how much you love Modern. Modern has not been great. Legacy's better now that they've made some changes. But Standard has been fantastic. People are loving playing Pioneer. Like, the last couple limited formats have been good, and people seem to enjoy them. So, and in 2025, you have Final Fantasy cards coming, and you have Marvel cards coming. So there's all kinds of things to look forward to right now. But yeah, I think we're going to have 2 qualifier seasons next year. They're going to be standard, so getting plenty of standard time in will be good. The store championships have been standard on the local levels with crazy good prizes. So yeah, now's a good time to be getting back into Magic. I highly recommend it. But yeah, I think that's going to do it for me, y'all. This is going to be kind of a shorter stream. Like I said, I had some other stuff to do and lined up. So as much as I like hanging out with you, I do also have to do work to make sure y'all have footage to watch, because I'm going to be in Vegas this weekend. So if y'all are going to MagicCon Vegas, y'all should come hang out. I would love to hang out with you and say hi and all that good stuff. For those of you on Twitch, I'm going to send a raid over to Fisher Magic. So it's Dana Fisher. And her father kind of hangs out on that stream, and they have a good time. Great people, if you've never met them. If you ever see them in person, they are super friendly. So recommend going over there. And those you go there, just say hi. Say, hey, the Dragon Brood sent us. PowrDragn says hi. All that good stuff, because they are super good people. So I'm going to send y'all over there. Boom. So that's fired off. And then for everybody else, I'm just going to say, wherever you are watching, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good night, because we had people from Germany, from Iceland, whatever, which is awesome. Always love that. But as always, be sure to check out the YouTube channel. Subscribe over there to make sure you don't miss anything. Be a member over there if you want to support the channel and get some cool benefits as well. I really, really appreciate it. But yeah, man, this was a fun stream. We got some crazy games to show and talk about on some future videos. So yeah, y'all definitely be seeing those, and expect to see some extra content, like I said, for level 2 members or higher on YouTube from Vegas this weekend, if I don't see you the rest of the week. But I will probably be streaming tomorrow, possibly Wednesday as well, but we'll see, depending on how things go. But I will catch y'all in the next one.